Ooh, am I even in frame? Oh my god. Okay. A jamming song, honestly. That song was a jam. Shout out to Chloe and Hallie for that greatness. Hello everyone! Today I am here to talk to you about the highly anticipated new show, Grownish. If you don't know, it is a spin-off off of ABC's, is it ABC? It's gotta be. ABC's Blackish, and it's now on Freeform, formerly known as ABC Family. So, Grownish, first of all, let me just say that I was very excited for this television program. A lot of people that I really enjoy are in it, including the one and only Yara. So of course I'm going to support, of course I'm going to watch, and I thought no better way to express my support and my thoughts and opinions by sharing this video. And basically this is a review, a reaction, just an opinion video. I will preface by saying there may be some spoilers, so if you haven't seen the episode, the premiere, episodes 1 and 2, and that's important to you, watch that first and then come watch this video. But yeah, I'm just going to be talking about what I was expecting, what I got, and what I hope for the future. So just overall, I think a lot of people were expecting this to be, I heard a lot of talk about like a different world, like for our generation, for 2018. And that's kind of what I was expecting too, since, you know, Blackish was a really successful black sitcom, or a sitcom that focuses about a black family, right? And so I thought, hey, maybe it's like our generation's Cosby Show equivalent, and thus Grownish is a different world equivalent. And I think that is what threw me off with this show, because I was looking at it through the lens of a different world, and this show is not a different world, at least to me. I love, first of all, the diversity of the cast is super great. The pilot episode, episode 1, essentially goes through, you meet all the new characters. It's set like the Breakfast Club, and they're writing this letter as to why they're in this drones class. It's cute. It's a really cute idea. I love the homage, and it was great. It was very like a lot of information at one time, like not necessarily information, but like the level of the information, if you know what I'm saying. It was kind of a lot, and at times I felt like they were kind of like shoving the college thing like down the audience's throat. Like, we want to make sure you know that this show is about college and college life, and this stuff that happens in college. And I'm like, whoa, like, chill, bro. But I'll cut them some slack because it is a pilot episode, so I understand you want to like set the scene for the series and, you know, tell what it's about. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm attributing to it being the first couple of episodes, so I'll hold some of my like major critique because I know that this is just the start of something. So anyway, it definitely had lots of relatable tidbits. The first episode opens up, she's like talking about 5150, and if you have a parent like Dre, which I do, you know what 5150 is. When you first leave and you're on your own and your parents seem like they're having a harder time than you, and they're talking to you on the phone for 51 minutes and 50 seconds. Like, come on, bro, what's going on? So that was definitely relatable. Open up with Freaknik, and I'm like, whoa, it's about to be lit. Like, we about to have all this Blackish up in here, blah, 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 blah. And then, as the episode progressed, and her college journey, I guess, progressed as well, I was quickly, like, brought back to the reality that she attends a PWI, a predominantly white institution, and they made it clear, like, there's a lot of things that I, attending an HBCU, like, just was, like, a little thrown off by, and it was just, I had to remember that, because I'm thinking, like I said again, a different world, and Denise goes to, Hillman, an HBCU, but this wasn't that. So I had to retrain my mind out of that perspective because that was throwing me off a bit. So if that's what you were expecting, no, it's not that. But I do commend them for you can tell they're trying to be really inclusive with the show. And I don't know if that's to a fault yet. I don't know. Like, it seems like they were trying to grab at every type of audience. And that's very, 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 very hard to do. I feel like in an effort to try to be relatable to everyone, it kind of weakened the strength of the story. And I'm not trying to generalize because, like I said, it's only been 2 episodes. So I'm going to keep watching, of course, but that's kind of the vibes I got so far. But like I said, the characters, the actors, really cool. I'm down for the diversity. I'm down for inclusion. Like, you can tell they're about to be talking about social commentary just from little tidbits. Like, they had a little, talk about the Trump wall. They had, gender fluidity. So I'm down for the discussions. I'm just a little weary about the execution. So we'll see. Still hopeful. I'm excited to see where all the characters go because they seem like they would be well-rounded characters with promise and development. I'm so excited to see Chloe and Halle. Oh my gosh, because I love their singing and their music, and I haven't seen much of their acting. And what I saw in the first 2 Blackish, look at me tripping. In the first 2 Grownish episodes thus far, it's promising. And I think it's funny how they're bickering twins, even though they're not twins in real life. And yeah, I don't know. Is it the cliche, urban black girls? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully they're not. I'm just thinking, with all the people that are behind this show, the writers, the director, the creators, the executive producers, the stars, I feel like there's so much hope and so much promise. I don't see them taking this platform for granted. I really, at least would hope that they would, present positive images, and not necessarily positive images, but real images. There's, you can be real and positive at the same time, right? Sure. I will say that there was a distinct difference between the feel of Blackish and the feel of Grownish. And going in to Grownish, loving Blackish so much, it definitely was a little bit of the, wake-up call. For example, Blackish, if you watch the show, goes through, the black family and their lives, right? But each episode has some type of episodal arc and some lesson within the episode, some story type that you're supposed to take away from each episode. With the Grownish episodes that I've seen, Zoey still endures these trials and stuff, but it was definitely more, I guess it's gonna arc as a series as opposed to arcing as an episode. And I didn't really feel like there were many lessons. Okay, spoiler alert. When she takes the Addy and she is oh, just this one time. Okay, but just one time more. Okay, but are you up? And by the way, the "you up" text is a trap, sis. But anyway, yeah, and then she the cliffhanger, she's about to take the pill. My thing and what rubbed me the wrong way with that was within the episode you don't see the lesson because she says, oh yeah, I'm done with drugs, that's totally not my lane. I'm oh cool, bet sis. But then you're gonna go back and do it again. I feel like a Blackish episode would have rounded out the lesson and moved forward, as opposed to now I feel like the audience, especially since you're catering to a young audience who's very, malleable, I don't want it to be enforcing oh, it's alright, just take Adderall if you need to finish your paper. Though people do that, though that is the college truth, is that what we want to be reiterating and promoting? It kind of almost seemed oh, if you do this, it's not good, but nothing bad will happen to you, so whatever. hopefully this cliffhanger for episode 3 comes back and shows either A, the negative consequences of such actions, or B, she's like, no, this really, really isn't me. And, you know, something happens. Like, I feel like we kind of just went backwards in the episode. So that was something that I noticed. Let's put it that way. As far as the actual style of the show, hella fourth wall breaks. I was almost like, sis, like, are you talking to me? Like, is this a diary entry? Like, are you, like when I tell you it's like, yeah, I really wasn't doing this. Yeah, but of course I was stalking him. Like, so many fourth wall breaks. It's like half the show. But, you know, again, maybe it's just like them trying it out, seeing if the audience likes it. I do, but it was like, it was a lot. It was many. Okay, I just had to remember that this is Zoey, right? So like, I just keep getting that in my mind. It's Zoey. So when she like, I was like, what are the repercussions for her like maxing out her credit card? Like, are we not going to address that? Where are the repercussions in the show? Like, and also seeing things through the black lens, though this is no longer Blackish, it's Grownish. So I guess instead of talking about the black trials and tribulations, we're talking about the almost grown, not really grown trials and tribulations. So fine, I'll accept that. But I'm still, as a black audience member, looking through the black lens. I can't help it. Okay, so it's like, so they're at these parties, right? And it's like, okay, cool, you're drinking beer. Okay, sounds a little PWI-ish to me, but I'll let it slide. And it's like, okay, well, are we going to address the fact that, you know, Zoey is a black woman? We're still seeing these things through the black lens. And it's like, I hope that doesn't get washed out because we're trying to appeal to, whether it be appealing to different audiences or whatever. Like, she's still a black woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I hope they incorporate that narrative still within the play. I mean, within the show. Yeah, so, because, like, one of the things that got me was, she's at this party, she's doing all these drugs. This guy, what's his name? I forget his name. Vivek, like, the drug dealer, he's like, and he's carrying this binder of drugs, right? I'm like, first of all, let us not, like, pretend play 70 people didn't just get arrested for having an ounce of marijuana. Let's not pretend or joke or kid. Like, where's the, not that that's like, there's two sides of realism, and right now I'm only seeing the one side, but I'm not seeing the consequential side. And I can't help but think, like, is that gonna come into play? Like, it's got to. But then, here we go. I must remember that Zoey is not Yara. That's just the overall theme. Because I'm sitting here thinking like, Yara, what's going on? Like, you would never blah, 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 blah. Why are we promoting blah, 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 blah? But Zoey, even on Blackish, she was like different, if you know what I mean. She was very like into herself, into the social media thing. That's why I was like, when homie like, when she left the girl at the pool, I was like, you know what? That seems like something Zoey would do. Because she wasn't the best, like, person. We established that on Blackish. So I have to remember that Zoey is not Denise Huxtable. Zoey is not Yara Shahidi. Zoey is her, and we're seeing her journey in Grownish. So that's something that also has to be remembered, and that's something that also comes into play. So, hey, I guess this is her story. I guess this is what happens in her college career, and I just have to accept that. It's not exactly what I was expecting, but I'll accept it, and I'll continue to watch the series and see how it develops. Episode 2, basically when she was obsessed with the guy with the ducktail, which I'm so glad that they addressed that, because I don't know how Trevor Jackson pulls that off. I'm really thinking like, how does he pull that off? Aaron is his name. There we go. Aaron. And it was just so funny because I'm like, this is real. Like when she was like doing all this stuff for him, and you can really see like, okay, this is what college is like. Like this little freshman trying to go up to a junior, like, okay sis, do you. Go ahead and try it. Get the you up text. I'm telling you, the you up text. You're not up. You're asleep. Go to bed. For all the girls out there watching this and the boys, If you ever get a you up text, it's too late. Go to sleep. You can see me in the morning. And that's my nugget of advice for that. Anyway, overall, I'm pleased. It was different than what I was expecting, but most things are. And I'm excited to see where it goes. I definitely think that Freeform, formerly known as ABC Family, which I see why it's formerly known, because there was, like, my parents, I was watching with my parents and my brother, and they were like, oh my gosh, you can say cuss words on TV like this now, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. And that's real, like I'm saying, like, that happens in college. You cuss in college, you go to parties in college, like, so I admire that they're trying to be real. I admire that they're trying to put this show out for people like me, people who are in college, this demographic. I think it's needed, and hopefully they take this audience that they have grasped and they teach some good lessons and they make good use of this audience that they've captured and this power, because you know what they say, with great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben told me that. So I definitely will be tuning in next week to see what happens with Zoey and her Adderall trials. And I'll continue to make these videos so that you can see my perspective on television. Who knows? Maybe they'll see this and they'll be like, don't worry, Jasenia, we got you covered. Consequences are coming. And that's what I hope for. So yeah, I can't wait to see where this show goes. I'm very, very, very so happy for Yara Shahidi and this forefront that she has. And I'm so excited for what they're going to do with it. I know, I just have faith in her as a person and the people behind the show that they won't let me down. So tune in next week to see what happens next. Watch Blackish on, I think, Tuesdays now on ABC. Watch Grownish Wednesdays on Freeform. And then watch me, Jasenia, review it all on Thursday. See you next time. I really want to listen to that song again. It's a good song. Like, they did this. They really put their foot in this. I don't care. It's good!